Welcome, seeker. You have arrived here, drawn perhaps by a whisper in your soul, a yearning for something more. A deeper connection to the abundance that flows through the very fabric of existence. You sense deep within that the relentless pursuit, the constant striving, the exhausting hustle is not the only way. Perhaps it is not the way at all. You stand at the threshold of a profound understanding, a secret held close by the quiet rivers, the ancient forests, and the silent, watchful stars. It is a secret not of forceful acquisition, but of harmonious alignment. It is the secret of golden resonance. Forget everything you thought you knew about effort and reward. Discard the belief that wealth must be chased, wrestled, and conquered. For I am here to share with you a different path, a gentler way, a more potent magic. It is the path of listening, of tuning within, of allowing the universe's immense generosity to flow to you effortlessly, like a river finding its way to the sea. This journey we embark on today is not about complex formulas or demanding rituals. It is about awakening to a subtle energy, a vibration that already exists within you and all around you. It's about learning to hear the universe's symphony and finding your unique note within it. When you resonate with this golden frequency, wealth, in all its forms, financial, spiritual, emotional, ceases to be something you chase. It becomes something that finds you. Prepare to quiet the noise of the world. Prepare to ignite the gentle flame within your heart. Prepare to discover the secret ritual, known only to a few, that unlocks the gates to effortless prosperity. This is the journey into golden resonance. Let us begin. Chapter 1. The Secret of Golden Resonance. Beneath the surface of the seen world, beneath the clamor of daily life, there exists a subtle hum, an energetic signature that connects all things. Ancient traditions have hinted at it, mystics have felt it, and the quiet corners of nature reveal it. We call this profound, life-affirming vibration golden resonance. It is not merely a concept, but a living force, an invisible current flowing from the heart of the cosmos, carrying the blueprint of infinite abundance. Imagine the universe not as a void to be filled, but as a field pulsating with potential, like fertile earth waiting for the right seed. Golden resonance is the quality of that field when it is aligned with creation, with flow, with effortless manifestation. When you align with this resonance, you become like that fertile ground, naturally drawing opportunities, resources, and prosperity toward you. This is the great secret. Wealth is not primarily attracted by frantic action, but by internal harmony. It responds not to desperation, but to alignment. When your inner state, your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs vibrates in harmony with the frequency of abundance, you activate golden resonance. You become a magnet, drawing wealth to you not through struggle, but through your very state of being. The ritual, therefore, is not an outward act performed in noise, but an inward shift cultivated in stillness. It begins by recognizing this resonant field and learning to tune your own energy to its golden hum. Consider the story of Elias, a farmer whose small plot of land lay stubborn and barren beneath the unforgiving sun. Year after year, Elias toiled, his brow furrowed, his muscles aching. He fought the earth, forcing the plow, cursing the dry soil, demanding a yield that never came. His hands grew calloused, his spirit weary, and poverty clung to him like the dust on his boots. He believed, as many do, that more effort, more struggle, was the only answer. One scorching afternoon, utterly defeated, Elias collapsed at the edge of his field. He didn't have the strength to fight anymore. He simply sat. And for the first time, he didn't look at the land with eyes of judgment and demand, but simply felt it. He noticed the gentle sway of a single blade of wild grass, the warmth of the sun sinking into the earth, the distant buzz of bees. He felt a quiet rhythm, a subtle pulse beneath the surface he had been too busy fighting to perceive. A sense of peace, unfamiliar and profound, settled over him. In that stillness, an intuition arose, not a plan, but a gentle nudge. Instead of plowing the entire field, he felt drawn to a small, shaded corner near an old oak tree. He didn't force, he listened. He tended that small patch gently, removing weeds with care, watering it not on a rigid schedule, but when the soil seemed to whisper its thirst. He worked not with desperation, but with a quiet sense of connection, of partnership with the land. Weeks later, while loosening the soil around a thriving young sprout, his fingers brushed against something hard and smooth. He dug gently, his heart calm, and unearthed a small, heavy nugget of pure gold, gleaming as if lit from within. It wasn't the reward for his struggle. It was the result of his surrender, his alignment with the land's quiet rhythm, his accidental discovery of golden resonance. He learned that day that abundance doesn't always yield to force. Often, it blossoms in harmony. Now, let us begin to attune ourselves to this subtle energy. Find a comfortable position, sitting or lying down. Close your eyes gently. Let the sounds of the world fade into the background. Take a slow, deep breath in and release it fully. Let go of the tensions of the day. Take another deep breath. And as you exhale, feel your body softening. Now, bring your awareness to the center of your chest, the space of your heart. Imagine, within the space, a tiny spark. See it, feel it, sense it. With each gentle breath, allow this spark to grow into a soft, warm flame. This is your inner fire, the core of your personal energy, your unique connection point to the universe. For the next 5 minutes, simply sit in sacred silence, holding your awareness on this gentle inner flame. Don't force it to be brighter or bigger. Just observe its warm, steady glow. Feel its quiet power. This flame is your inner resonance. As you tend to it with your quiet attention, you begin to harmonize with the larger golden resonance of the universe. Feel the warmth spreading gently through your body. This is the beginning. This is the first step in the secret ritual, the cultivation of inner harmony. Breathe and be with your inner fire. When you are ready, gently bring your awareness back to the room. Carry this warmth, this inner glow, with you. Know that you have taken the first step in awakening to the golden resonance. Chapter 2. The Whispers of the Earth. In the relentless rush of the modern world, we have forgotten how to listen. We fill every moment with noise, external chatter, and internal monologue. Yet, the universe constantly communicates, not always in loud pronouncements, but often in gentle whispers, subtle feelings, intuitive nudges. The key to hearing these messages, the pathway to understanding the flow of golden resonance, lies in cultivating sacred silence. This silence is not emptiness, it is a receptive space. It is like the deep, dark earth, seemingly inert, yet teeming with life and potential, holding the wisdom of growth. When you quiet the mind's incessant chatter, you create the fertile ground within yourself to receive guidance, to sense the subtle currents of opportunity, and to hear the whispers of abundance calling you forward. Sacred silence is the foundational practice for aligning with the universe's harmonious rhythm. It allows you to perceive the subtle frequencies that are drowned out by everyday noise, tuning your inner ear to the language of golden resonance itself. Consider Leo, a gardener whose ambition far exceeded his results. He dreamt of creating a legendary garden, a spectacle of color and bounty. Armed with books, charts, and sheer determination, he attacked the soil. He dug aggressively, planted according to rigid schedules, and imposed his will upon the land. Yet, his garden remained stubbornly mediocre. Flowers wilted, vegetables struggled, and the vibrant oasis he envisioned remained elusive. Frustration gnawed at him. He believed he wasn't working hard enough. One day, an old woman from the village, known for her quiet wisdom and inexplicably lush little plot, visited him. She watched him wrestle with a stubborn root, sweat dripping from his brow. She didn't offer advice on technique. Instead, she simply said, "The earth speaks, Leo, but you are shouting too loudly to hear it." Confused but intrigued, Leo decided to try something different. The next morning, instead of grabbing his shovel, he simply walked into his garden and sat. He closed his eyes and breathed. He listened. At first, only the usual sounds reached him: birdsong, wind rustling leaves. But as he sat longer, sinking into sacred silence, a different awareness dawned. He began to feel the soil, where it was dry, where it held moisture, where the sun fell warmest. He noticed the subtle energies of different areas. An image came to mind, planting delicate herbs in the dappled shade near the old stone wall, a place he'd previously ignored. He felt an intuitive pull to move the struggling roses to a sunnier spot. He stopped imposing his plans and started responding to the garden's silent invitations. Slowly, miraculously, the garden began to transform. It thrived not because he worked harder, but because he finally learned to listen to the earth's whispers, guided by the quiet wisdom found in silence. He discovered a hidden spring of water, guided not by a map, but by a persistent feeling, a subtle knowing that arose only when he was still. The garden and Leo's life flourished in harmony. Let us practice opening ourselves to these subtle whispers. Find a place where you can connect with the earth, even if it's just placing your bare feet on a patch of grass, holding a potted plant, or simply visualizing roots growing from your feet deep into the ground. Stand or sit comfortably. Close your eyes. Take a few deep, grounding breaths, imagining you are drawing energy up from the earth with each inhale and releasing tension back down with each exhale. Now, bring your awareness to the soles of your feet or your connection point with the earth, plant. Feel the texture, the temperature, the subtle energy exchange. Let go of analyzing. Simply feel. Spend the next few minutes in sacred silence, focusing on this connection. Imagine you are listening with your entire being, not just your ears. Be open to any sensations, feelings, or gentle insights that arise. Don't force them. Just remain open and receptive, feeling the quiet strength and wisdom of the earth beneath you. This is how you begin to hear the whispers that guide you toward abundance. Carry this feeling of grounded connection with you. Remember that wisdom often speaks softest. Chapter 3. The Golden Key. Many believe that wealth is locked away behind imposing gates, requiring complex strategies or external validation to open. They search tirelessly for the right connection, the perfect opportunity, the secret formula outside of themselves. But the truth, whispered through the ages, is far simpler and infinitely more powerful. The access point to the flow of golden resonance, the ultimate key to unlocking abundance, is not found in the external world. It resides within you. It is the golden key of unwavering inner belief. What you hold as true in the sacred space of your mind and heart shapes the reality you experience. Your deeply held convictions about your worthiness, about the nature of abundance, about what is possible for you, these are the teeth of the key. When your belief aligns with the inherent generosity of the universe, the doors to prosperity swing open effortlessly. It is not about pretending. It is about cultivating a genuine, resonant knowing within. This inner certainty acts as a powerful magnet, tuning your vibrational frequency, which we will explore more deeply soon, to match that which you desire to attract. The outer world merely reflects the landscape of your inner convictions. Silas was a locksmith, skilled in the mechanics of locks and keys, yet perpetually struggling to make ends meet. He lived in a city bustling with commerce, but opportunities seemed to bypass his small, dusty shop. He saw wealthy merchants pass by, their carriages gleaming, and felt a pang of envy and inadequacy. He believed wealth was for others, those born into privilege or possessing some secret knowledge he lacked. He meticulously crafted keys for others' doors, yet his own life felt stubbornly locked. One night, exhausted by worry, Silas fell into a deep sleep and had a vivid dream. He stood before a magnificent, ancient door, intricately carved and radiating a soft, golden light. He knew, with absolute certainty, that unimaginable treasures lay beyond it. Yet, there was no keyhole. Frustrated, he searched his familiar ring of tools, but none were suitable. As despair began to set in, a gentle voice echoed in the dreamscape. "The key is not in your hand, Silas. It is in your heart." Suddenly, he felt a warmth in his chest, and when he looked down, he saw a luminous golden key materializing in his palm, formed not of metal, but of pure, radiant belief. As he simply held this key, feeling its warmth, the massive door swung open silently, revealing not chests of gold, but a landscape bathed in golden light, filled with peace and infinite possibility. Silas awoke with a profound sense of clarity. The dream wasn't about a physical key or a hidden door. It was about his own internal state. He realized his persistent feeling of lack was the very thing keeping his own door locked. From that day forward, he consciously shifted his focus. He stopped comparing himself to others. When crafting a key, he imagined that unlocking not just a door, but also ease and flow for his client. He began to hold a quiet, inner conviction. I am open to the flow of abundance. Opportunity finds me easily. He didn't change his skills or his shop immediately, but his energy shifted. Customers began seeking him out, remarking on the good feeling in his shop. A wealthy architect, impressed by Silas's quiet confidence and intricate work on a challenging antique lock, offered him a lucrative contract to design custom security for his new developments. Silas hadn't found an external key. He had forged the golden key of belief within himself, and the doors of opportunity opened accordingly. Let us now forge your own golden key. Find a quiet moment. Take a few deep breaths, centering yourself. Now, craft a simple, powerful statement of belief about your relationship with abundance. It should feel resonant and true to the potential you wish to embody, even if it's not fully your reality yet. Examples: I am worthy of wealth. Abundance flows easily to me. I am aligned with the energy of prosperity. Or simply, golden resonance flows through me. Choose one that feels potent for you. Write the statement down on a small piece of paper if it helps, or simply hold it clearly in your mind. Close your eyes. Hold the statement in your mind. Repeat it silently, not mechanically, but with feeling. Imagine this statement as a golden key forming in your heart space, glowing warmly. Feel the conviction behind the words, even if it's just a flicker at first. Spend 5 minutes simply being with this affirmation, letting its vibration sink into your being. This isn't about convincing your skeptical mind, it's about tuning your inner frequency. Carry this feeling, this golden key, within you throughout the day. Remember, the lock is inside. Your belief is the key. Chapter 4. The Inner Fire. Everything in the universe vibrates. From the smallest particle to the largest galaxy, all is in constant motion, emitting a unique energetic signature, a vibrational frequency. You too are a being of energy, constantly radiating a frequency determined by the sum total of your thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and overall state of being. This frequency acts like a tuning fork, attracting experiences, people, and circumstances that resonate at a similar level. Golden resonance itself vibrates at a frequency of abundance, flow, joy, and trust. To attract wealth effortlessly, you must learn to cultivate and sustain a personal frequency that harmonizes with it. The source of this potent, attractive energy within you is your inner fire. This is not necessarily roaring ambition, but the quiet, steady flame of your authentic passion, your core enthusiasm, your genuine joy, and your life force energy. When this inner fire burns brightly, fueled by what truly lights you up, your vibrational frequency naturally rises, aligning you with the stream of abundance. Neglecting this fire, living out of obligation or fear, dampens your vibration and disconnects you from the flow. Tending to your inner fire is essential for magnetic resonance. Maya was a potter, technically skilled but creatively uninspired. She produced functional bowls and cups that sold just enough to get by, but her heart wasn't in it. She worked out of a sense of duty, haunted by the fear of failure. Her movements were mechanical, her energy muted. Her pottery, though well-made, lacked life, reflecting the state of her own inner fire, barely a flicker. She felt trapped in a cycle of mediocrity, believing this was simply her lot. One evening, after a particularly disheartening day at the market, she sat alone in her studio, surrounded by her plain, lifeless creations. A wave of sadness washed over her, but then, something shifted. A memory surfaced, the pure joy she felt as a child, playing with clay, not to make something perfect or sellable, but simply for the love of creation. A spark ignited within her. What if she made something just for herself? Something that expressed the colors and shapes that danced in her imagination? Pushing aside her usual molds and expectations, she began to work with newfound energy. She let her hands move intuitively, mixing glazes in vibrant, unconventional hues, shaping forms that felt exciting and alive. She wasn't thinking about sales or pleasing others. She was tending to the rekindled flame within, her inner fire. Hours melted away. When she finally stepped back, the piece before her was unlike anything she'd ever made. Bold, asymmetrical, radiating a captivating energy. She felt a thrill, a deep satisfaction she hadn't experienced in years. She placed it in her shop window, not expecting it to sell, but simply as an expression of her rediscovered joy. To her surprise, it attracted immediate attention. A collector, drawn by its unique energy, bought it for a price far exceeding her usual work. More importantly, the act of creating from passion transformed Maya. Her energy shifted. Her subsequent work, infused with this inner fire, became sought after. She learned that true wealth wasn't just about money. It was about aligning her life and work with the vibrant energy of her own soul. Let's tend to your inner fire right now. Sit quietly and close your eyes. Take a few calming breaths. Bring your awareness back to that warm flame in your heart space we imagined in Chapter 1. Now, ask yourself gently, what truly brings me joy? What activities make me lose track of time? What sparks my curiosity and enthusiasm? Don't censor yourself or think about practicality. Just allow memories, images, or feelings associated with genuine passion to surface. As these thoughts arise, imagine feeding your inner fire with them. See the flame grow a little brighter. Feel its warmth intensify and spread through your chest. Visualize this radiant energy filling your entire being, pushing out any dullness or obligation. Spend the next 5 minutes simply basking in the glow of your inner fire, fueled by the thoughts of what genuinely excites you. Feel your vibrational frequency lifting. This simple act of acknowledging and honoring your inner fire begins to shift your entire energetic signature towards resonance with joy and abundance. Chapter 5. The Vast Sky. Often, our perception of lack stems not from an actual absence of resources in the universe, but from the limitations we place upon ourselves through our beliefs. We build invisible walls around our potential, defining what is possible based on past experiences or societal conditioning. We see a finite pie, believing that someone else's gain must be our loss. Golden resonance, however, operates within a field of infinite potential, a vast sky of boundless opportunity and abundance. The universe does not operate on scarcity. It is inherently generous, constantly expanding and creating. Your ability to tap into this infinite supply is directly related to your willingness to expand your own mental and energetic horizons. When you truly grasp the limitless nature of the source, you begin to dismantle the self-imposed barriers. Your consciousness expands, like gazing up at the vast sky, realizing there are no real ceilings, only the ones you have constructed. This shift in perspective is crucial. Believing in limitation attracts limitation. Believing in infinite possibility opens you to the boundless flow of golden resonance, allowing unexpected resources and opportunities to manifest in your life. You become a conduit for the universe's infinite generosity. Orion lived in a small village nestled in a valley, and every night, he would gaze up at the stars scattered across the vast sky. He felt small and insignificant beneath their distant glitter, his life mirroring the confines of the valley. He worked a meager job, barely earning enough, and believed that his circumstances were fixed, predetermined like the constellations above. The sky, to him, represented an unattainable expanse, highlighting his own limitations. He saw the wealth of the traders passing through the valley and felt it was a world away, a different sky altogether. One night, a traveling sage rested in the village and shared stories not of the stars' distance, but of their interconnectedness, their infinite energy, and the fact that the same elements composing the stars also composed Orion himself. The sage spoke of the vast sky not as a ceiling, but as an invitation to limitless possibility. Something shifted in Orion's perception. He began to look at the night sky differently. Instead of feeling small, he started to feel a sense of connection, of being part of that infinite expanse. He imagined the boundless energy of the cosmos flowing through him. The subtle shift in perspective began to change his outlook on life. He stopped focusing on the valley's limitations and started wondering about the world beyond. He began to see opportunities he hadn't noticed before, ways to improve his skills, potential trade routes, unmet needs within his own community. Inspired by his newfound sense of possibility, mirroring the vast sky above, he took a small risk, investing his meager savings in goods he believed he could trade in the next town. His belief in possibility, his expanded inner horizon, gave him the courage. The venture succeeded, then another. Orion eventually became a respected merchant, traveling far beyond his valley home. He never forgot the lesson of the stars. The only true limits were the ones he had placed on himself. By embracing the vastness within, reflected by the sky above, he had opened himself to the universe's abundant flow. Let's connect with this sense of infinite possibility right now. If possible, step outside and look up at the sky day or night. If you're indoors, simply close your eyes and visualize the vast sky stretching endlessly above you. Take several deep breaths, imagining you are breathing in the spaciousness, the openness, the limitless potential of the universe. Feel any sense of confinement or limitation within you begin to dissolve, replaced by a feeling of expansion. As you gaze or visualize, silently affirm, I am connected to the infinite abundance of the universe. My potential is limitless, like the vast sky above. Feel the truth of this statement resonate within you. Spend a few minutes simply absorbing this feeling of boundless possibility. Let it stretch your perception of what is available to you. Thank the universe, the vast sky, for its inherent generosity, and reflect that generosity back in your own heart. Carry this expansive feeling with you. Chapter 6: The Ritual of Golden Resonance. Having awakened to the existence of golden resonance, the whispers of silence, the power of belief, the inner fire, and the vastness of possibility, we now move into conscious activation. While golden resonance is always present, specific practices, simple, heartfelt rituals, can act as powerful focal points to amplify our connection and deliberately tune our frequency. These are not superstitious acts meant to manipulate external forces, but rather intentional practices designed to deepen our inner alignment. A ritual, in this context, is a sacred action performed with focused awareness and clear intention. It helps to bypass the doubting conscious mind and communicate directly with the subconscious and the energetic field. By creating a simple, symbolic act associated with abundance and golden resonance, you create an anchor for your energy, a reminder of your connection, and a powerful signal to the universe of your receptive state. The ritual strengthens your belief and focuses your energy, making you a more potent attractor for the wealth you desire. Alara was a talented gardener who grew beautiful, rare flowers, yet she struggled to attract customers who appreciated their value. Her garden was tucked away, and passersby were few. She felt frustrated, knowing her creations deserved a wider audience and better compensation. She understood the principles of harmony and listening to the earth, as we discussed with Leo, but felt something was missing to bridge the gap between her beautiful work and the abundant exchange she sought. Inspired by the idea of focusing her intention, Alara decided to create a simple ritual. Each morning, just as the sun rose, she would walk through her garden and carefully select the most perfect, vibrant blooms of the day. She would then arrange them into a small, exquisite circle on a flat stone near her garden gate, a place visible, yet imbued with the garden's energy. As she placed each flower, she did so with reverence and a clear intention. May this circle radiate beauty and attract those who value and can joyfully exchange for this abundance. It wasn't a plea, but a statement of alignment, a symbolic representation of the golden resonance she wished to embody and attract. She performed this small ritual daily, not with anxiety about results, but with a sense of peaceful focus and connection to her flowers and her intention. Within a week, something shifted. A renowned floral designer, exploring the countryside for unique suppliers, happened upon Alara's lane, drawn inexplicably towards the garden gate. The vibrant circle of flowers caught her eye immediately. Deeply impressed by the quality and energy of Alara's blooms, she placed a substantial, ongoing order transforming Alara's financial situation. The ritual hadn't magically conjured the designer, but it focused Alara's energy, amplified her garden's resonant signature, and created a vibrational beacon that aligned perfectly with the opportunity seeking her. Let us create your personal, simple ritual to activate golden resonance. Find a small object that represents abundance or flow to you, perhaps a coin, a small crystal, a seed, or even just a piece of paper. Now, find or create a dedicated space for this ritual, perhaps a small corner of your desk, a windowsill, or a spot on your bedside table. We will use the symbol suggested in the outline, a golden circle. Take a piece of paper and draw a simple circle on it. If you like, color it gold or yellow, or simply infuse it with the feeling of golden light as you draw. Place this circle in your dedicated space. Now, hold your chosen object, the coin, crystal, etc. For a moment, take a deep breath and infuse it with your intention, perhaps the feeling of ease, flow, gratitude, or simply alignment with golden resonance. Place this object gently within or upon the golden circle. Each day, perhaps in the morning or evening, take a moment to consciously look at your golden circle and the object. Touch the object, take a breath, and reconnect with your intention, reaffirming your alignment with abundance. This simple act, performed regularly with presence and intention, serves as your personal ritual, a consistent tuning point to activate and deepen your connection to golden resonance. Chapter 7. Divine Timing. In our fast-paced world, we are conditioned to expect instant results. We plant a seed and want the harvest tomorrow. This impatience, this desperate need to control outcomes and timelines, creates energetic friction. It signals lack, distrust, and resistance to the natural flow of the universe. Abundance, however, often unfolds according to its own rhythm, a concept known as divine timing. This isn't about passive waiting, but active trust. It's the understanding that the universe, in its infinite wisdom, orchestrates events and connections in the most perfect sequence for your highest good, even if it doesn't match your preconceived schedule. Rushing, forcing, and worrying only constrict the channels through which abundance can flow. Embracing divine timing means cultivating patience, releasing the need to control how and when your desires manifest, and trusting that everything is unfolding perfectly. When you relax into this trust, you align yourself with the effortless cadence of golden resonance. Opportunities arrive not when forced, but when the conditions are perfectly ripe, often in ways more wonderful than you could have planned. Julian was a gifted playwright, pouring his heart and soul into scripts he believed were destined for greatness, yet rejection slips piled up. He grew frantic, constantly revising, desperately pitching to anyone who would listen, trying to force his work onto the stage. His urgency created a frantic, needy energy that repelled the very opportunities he craved. He compared his progress to others, felt time slipping away, and feared his dream would never materialize. His mentor, an older, successful director, observed his struggle. "Julian," he said gently, "your plays are brilliant, but your energy is drowning them. You're trying to harvest fruit before it's ripe. Trust the process. Trust divine timing." Julian, initially resistant, was exhausted enough to try. He consciously decided to release the desperate need for immediate success. He continued writing, refining his craft out of love for it, not out of pressure. He submitted his work calmly, then let it go, focusing on his creative process rather than the outcome. He started saying to himself, "My work will find its perfect stage at the perfect time." Months passed. Just as doubt began to creep back in, he received an unexpected call. A renowned director, known for his unique vision, had stumbled upon one of Julian's older scripts that had been sitting unread in a producer's office for over a year. The director felt an immediate, powerful connection to it, stating it was exactly the kind of play he had been searching for, at exactly the right moment for his theater's new season. The subsequent production was a resounding success, launching Julian's career. Had he forced it earlier, it might have landed with the wrong team or at the wrong time. By surrendering to divine timing, Julian allowed the perfect alignment of circumstances to unfold naturally, leading to a far greater outcome than his frantic efforts could have achieved. Let's practice aligning with divine timing. Find a comfortable, quiet space. Close your eyes and take several slow, deep breaths. Focus on the rhythm of your breath, the gentle inhale, the natural pause, the full exhale, the pause again. Feel the unforced, natural cadence. Now, bring to mind something you desire or are working towards, perhaps related to your financial well-being. Notice any feelings of urgency, impatience, or anxiety around it. Acknowledge these feelings without judgment. Then, with your next slow exhale, consciously release the need to control the timing. Silently repeat this phrase, letting it sink into your being. Everything arrives in divine timing. Or, I trust the unfolding. Feel the tension release from your shoulders, your jaw, your mind. Spend 5 minutes simply breathing and resting in this state of trust, allowing the rhythm of your breath to remind you of the universe's natural, unforced flow. Whenever impatience arises during your day, return to this breath and this affirmation, gently guiding yourself back into alignment with divine timing. Chapter 8. Vibrational Frequency. We touched upon vibrational frequency earlier, understanding it as the energetic signature you broadcast to the universe, determined by your inner state. Now, let's deepen this understanding. The law of attraction, a key component of how golden resonance operates, states that like attracts like. Your dominant vibrational frequency acts as a magnet, drawing towards you experiences, people, and circumstances that resonate at a similar level. If your dominant vibration is one of lack, fear, or frustration, you will tend to attract more experiences that validate those feelings. Conversely, if you consciously cultivate and maintain a higher frequency, one of joy, gratitude, appreciation, love, and peace, you become magnetic to abundance, well-being, and positive opportunities. It's not about pretending to be happy when you're not, but about consciously choosing thoughts, feelings, and activities that genuinely elevate your state of being. Consistent practice is key. Momentary spikes of positivity are good, but building a predominant high vibrational state is what truly aligns you with the effortless flow of golden resonance and makes you a match for the wealth you desire. Your frequency is your point of attraction. Kale was a potter, much like Maya we met earlier, but his challenge wasn't lack of passion. It was maintaining his inner state amidst external setbacks. He loved his craft, but life kept throwing curveballs. One week, his kiln broke down just before a major fair. The next, a shipment of expensive glaze arrived shattered. It was easy for him to spiral into frustration, anger, and despair, lamenting his bad luck. When he operated from this low vibrational frequency, inevitably, more things seemed to go wrong. Orders were canceled, misunderstandings arose with suppliers. He felt cursed. One day, remembering the principle that his inner state attracted his outer reality, he decided to conduct an experiment. The next time disaster struck, a large, beautiful vase cracked inexplicably during firing, he consciously chose a different response. He allowed himself a moment of disappointment, then took a deep breath and deliberately shifted his focus. He looked around his studio, appreciating the tools he still had, the sunlight streaming through the window, the simple pleasure of working with clay. He put on music that made him feel good. He recalled past successes and moments of joy in his work. He intentionally cultivated feelings of gratitude and peace, despite the cracked vase. He held on to this higher vibrational frequency as best he could throughout the day. The shift was subtle but profound. Later that afternoon, a neighbor he barely knew stopped by. Having heard about the broken kiln from the previous week, Kale hadn't complained. The neighbor had just overheard. He offered to lend Kale an older, spare kiln he had in storage, free of charge, until Kale's was repaired. This unexpected act of generosity seemed to come out of nowhere, Yet Kale understood it was a direct reflection of his conscious choice to maintain a higher vibration, even when things looked bleak. By managing his inner frequency, he had attracted the solution he needed. Let's intentionally raise your vibrational frequency right now. Choose a piece of music that genuinely uplifts you, something that makes you feel joyful, peaceful, or inspired. Put it on, perhaps using headphones if needed. Sit or stand comfortably, close your eyes, or keep a soft gaze. As the music plays, allow yourself to fully immerse in it. Don't just hear it, feel it. Feel the vibrations of the sound waves moving through the air, through your body. Let the emotions of the music wash over you. If it makes you want to sway or tap your foot gently, allow that movement. Focus on the feeling of joy, peace, or inspiration the music evokes. Imagine your entire body, down to the cellular level, beginning to vibrate in harmony with this positive feeling. See your inner fire glowing brighter. Spend at least 5 minutes bathing in this uplifting sound and feeling. Notice the shift in your energy. This is a simple yet powerful way to consciously elevate your vibrational frequency and align yourself with the positive flow of golden resonance. Make this a regular practice. Chapter 9. Non-resistance. Imagine a river flowing towards the sea. When its path is clear, it moves effortlessly, powerfully. But when obstacles, boulders, fallen trees block its way, the water must either find a way around over or its flow is significantly diminished. Resistance in our lives acts like those obstacles in the river. It is the act of mentally or emotionally fighting against what is. This can manifest as complaining about current circumstances, regretting the past, worrying excessively about the future, judging ourselves or others, or trying to force situations to be different than they are. This struggle creates energetic turbulence, constricting the flow of golden resonance into our experience. Non-resistance, conversely, is not passive resignation or apathy. It is the conscious choice to accept the present moment exactly as it is, without judgment or struggle. It means acknowledging reality, even if it's uncomfortable, without adding layers of negative emotional charge. This acceptance doesn't mean you approve of the situation or won't take action to change it. It simply means you stop wasting precious energy fighting what is. By practicing non-resistance, you remove the energetic boulders. You allow the river of abundance to flow freely around challenges, opening pathways for solutions and opportunities that were invisible when you were consumed by struggle. Non-resistance aligns you with the effortless power of the universe. Serafina was a gardener who inherited a plot of land known for its wild, untamed nature. Previous owners had fought relentlessly to impose order, building rigid rows, tearing out native plants, battling the natural tendencies of the soil and climate. Their efforts yielded little success and much frustration. Serafina, observing this history, decided on a different approach, one rooted in non-resistance. Instead of fighting the land's nature, she chose to work with it. She spent time simply observing, noticing which plants thrived naturally, where the water pooled, how the sunlight moved across the land throughout the day. She didn't impose a preconceived design, but allowed the garden to guide her. She gently removed invasive weeds, but allowed many native wildflowers and plants to remain, integrating them into her plan. She planted companion species that supported each other naturally. When unexpected challenges arose, a sudden pest infestation, an unseasonable frost, she didn't rail against fate. She observed the impact, accepted the reality of the situation, and then calmly sought solutions that worked with the natural balance, perhaps introducing beneficial insects or using protective coverings, rather than resorting to harsh chemicals or desperate measures born of resistance. Her neighbors, accustomed to the old ways of struggle, watched with skepticism. Yet, Seraphine's garden flourished in a way the land never had before. It produced an astonishing abundance of fruits, vegetables, and herbs, vibrant and healthy. It wasn't perfectly manicured in the traditional sense, but it was alive, harmonious, and incredibly productive. By practicing non-resistance, by accepting and working with the natural flow instead of fighting against it, Seraphina had allowed the inherent abundance of the land, its golden resonance, to express itself fully. Let's practice non-resistance through conscious relaxation. Find a comfortable position, sitting or lying down where you won't be disturbed for 5 minutes. Close your eyes, bring your awareness to your body. Starting with your toes, consciously soften and release any tension you find there. Move your awareness up to your feet, ankles, calves, and knees, inviting softness and release in each area. Continue this skin up through your thighs, hips, abdomen, chest, back, shoulders, arms, and hands. Pay special attention to your neck, jaw, and the muscles around your eyes and forehead, areas where we often hold unconscious tension and resistance. As you skin each part, simply notice any tightness without judgment and gently invite it to release. Breathe deeply and evenly throughout this process. Don't try to force relaxation, simply allow it. This physical release mirrors the mental and emotional release of non-resistance. For these 5 minutes, allow everything to be exactly as it is, inside and out. Don't think about problems or worries. Just be present with the sensation of release in your body. This practice helps train your nervous system to let go of struggle and embrace the ease that comes with acceptance, opening the channels for golden resonance to flow more freely. Chapter 10. Symbols of Abundance. Our minds often respond powerfully to tangible symbols. Throughout history, cultures have used objects and icons to represent abstract concepts like power, love, or divinity. In our journey with golden resonance, consciously chosen symbols of abundance can serve as potent anchors for our intention and belief. These are not magic talismans that possess inherent power, but rather physical reminders that help focus our energy and reinforce our connection to the flow of prosperity. A symbol acts as a bridge between the invisible realm of energy and intention and the visible, physical world. When you imbue an object with specific meaning, associating it with wealth, ease, flow, or golden resonance, it becomes a touchstone. Seeing or touching your chosen symbol can instantly recall your desired state of being, reaffirm your belief, your golden key, and help maintain your aligned vibrational frequency, especially during moments of doubt or distraction. Choosing or creating a personal symbol makes the abstract concept of abundance feel more real, more present, strengthening your receptive state. Let's revisit Julian, the playwright we met in the chapter on divine timing. After embracing patience and trusting the process, he found his work gaining traction. However, moments of self-doubt still surfaced, especially when facing the pressures of deadlines or critical reviews. He needed a constant, tangible reminder of his connection to the flow, his belief in his worth, and the principle of golden resonance. He remembered the story of the golden key and the idea of inner belief, but wanted something physical to ground that feeling. One day, while walking by a river, he found a small, smooth stone that seemed to almost glow with a warm, golden hue. It felt comforting and substantial in his hand. He decided the stone would be his personal symbol of abundance. He didn't ascribe magical powers to it, but he consciously infused it with the feeling of creative flow, successful manifestation, and trust in divine timing. He placed this golden stone on his writing desk, right beside his manuscript. Every morning, before starting work, he would hold the stone for a moment, take a deep breath, and reconnect with his intention and belief. When feelings of anxiety or impatience arose, a simple glance at the stone served as an immediate anchor, reminding him to return to a state of trust and alignment. It helped him stay centered during negotiations for his big contract, reminding him of his inherent value. The stone didn't make the success happen, but it served as a powerful psychological and energetic tool, helping Julian consistently align himself with the golden resonance that ultimately brought his dreams to fruition. Now it's time for you to choose or create your own personal symbol of abundance. Look around your environment or think about objects that evoke feelings of wealth, flow, growth, or joy for you. It could be anything: a beautiful stone like Julian's, a specific coin, a small plant, a feather, a seashell, a picture, or even a small item you craft yourself like a clay token or a woven thread. The object itself matters less than the meaning you assign to it. Once you have chosen your symbol, hold it in your hands, close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths and consciously infuse this object with the energy and intention of golden resonance. See it glowing with golden light. Feel it resonating with abundance, ease, and flow. Affirm silently or aloud, "This object is my anchor to golden resonance. It reminds me of the infinite abundance available to me." Decide where you will keep this symbol. Perhaps carry it in your pocket or purse. Place it on your desk, your altar, or your bedside table. Make a commitment to interact with it briefly each day, perhaps holding it for a moment, to consciously reconnect with its meaning and reinforce your alignment with abundance. Chapter 11. Living as If. We have explored awareness and activation. Now, we enter the realm of mastery, of embodying golden resonance. A profound principle in manifestation is to live as if your desire has already been fulfilled. This is not about reckless spending or pretending to be someone you're not in a deceptive way. It's about embodying the feeling, the mindset, and the energy of the person who already possesses the wealth and abundance you seek. How would you carry yourself if you felt completely financially secure? How would you make decisions? How would you interact with others? What would your dominant emotional state be? Gratitude, ease, generosity, confidence. By consciously adopting these inner states and corresponding behaviors now, before the external reality fully reflects it, you powerfully align your vibrational frequency with your desired outcome. You are sending an unambiguous signal to the universe that you are ready, that you are already a match for that reality. Acting as if bypasses the feeling of lack and bridges the gap between your current state and your desired state. It accelerates the manifestation process by aligning your being with the energy of having already received. You become the person who naturally attracts wealth. Consider Finn, a talented gardener who dreamed of owning the expansive nursery where he worked as a groundskeeper. He loved the place, but felt trapped by his position and low wages, seeing ownership as an impossible dream. He learned about golden resonance and began practicing the principles, especially living as if. He didn't suddenly start spending money he didn't have. Instead, he shifted his internal stance and his behavior. He started walking the grounds not just as an employee, but with the quiet pride and care of an owner. He paid meticulous attention to details others overlooked. He greeted customers with warmth and genuine helpfulness, sharing his deep knowledge of plants freely, as if their satisfaction directly contributed to his success. He began thinking strategically about the nursery's potential, jotting down ideas for improvement, not out of complaint, but out of a sense of responsible stewardship. His energy shifted from one of quiet servitude to one of confident capability and gentle authority. People noticed. Customers sought his advice specifically. The actual owner, nearing retirement and initially planning to sell to a large corporation, observed Finn's dedication, his deep love for the nursery, and the way he naturally commanded respect and trust. He saw in Finn not just an employee, but someone who already embodied the spirit of the place. Impressed by Finn's inherent sense of ownership and his practical ideas, the owner unexpectedly approached him, offering a unique mentorship and financing arrangement that allowed Finn to eventually take over the nursery. Finn hadn't pretended. He had embodied the energy of the owner he wished to become, and the universe rearranged itself to match his resonant state. Let's practice embodying the state of living as if. Take a few moments to vividly imagine yourself already living with the financial ease and abundance you desire. Don't just think about the money, focus on the feeling. How does it feel in your body to be completely secure, free from financial worry? Feel the relief, the peace, the joy, the freedom. Now, choose one small, concrete action you can take today that reflects this state of being. It doesn't have to involve spending money. Perhaps it's walking with a more confident posture. Maybe it's making a decision from a place of abundance rather than scarcity, for example, choosing the slightly healthier food option, believing you can afford it. Perhaps it's treating yourself to 5 minutes of quiet time, acknowledging you deserve that peace. It could be speaking with more assurance or acting with quiet generosity, offering a genuine compliment, holding a door with presence. Choose one simple action and commit to doing it today, consciously embodying the feeling of your desired state as you do it. Pay attention to how it shifts your energy. Make acting as if a conscious part of your daily awareness, choosing moments to align your behavior and feeling with the reality you are creating. Chapter 12, Aligned Belief. We spoke earlier of the golden key of belief. Now, we refine this concept into aligned belief. It's one thing to hold a positive thought consciously, but true mastery requires our deeper, often subconscious, beliefs to be in harmony with our desires. Many of us carry hidden, limiting beliefs about money, wealth, and our own worthiness, often absorbed from family, culture, or past experiences. Beliefs like money is the root of all evil. Rich people are greedy. I don't deserve to be wealthy, or it's hard to make money, create internal conflict and sabotage our efforts, even if we consciously affirm the opposite. Aligned belief means excavating these limiting programs and replacing them with convictions that are congruent with universal abundance and your inherent worth. It requires self-honesty and a willingness to examine the roots of your financial reality. When your conscious intentions and subconscious beliefs are aligned, singing the same song, your energy becomes coherent and incredibly magnetic. You no longer send mixed signals to the universe. This deep, congruent belief system becomes the unwavering foundation upon which golden resonance builds your prosperous reality. True wealth flows effortlessly when your entire being resonates with the conviction that you are worthy and capable of receiving it. Anya was an exceptionally skilled potter whose work possessed a unique beauty. She practiced many principles of resonance, yet large-scale success eluded her. Small sales kept her afloat, but major recognition or financial security remained just out of reach. Frustrated, she delved deeper, examining her underlying beliefs. Through quiet reflection, she uncovered a deep-seated, subconscious belief inherited from her struggling artist parents that true artists must suffer for their art, and that financial success somehow tainted creative purity. She also realized she carried a sense of unworthiness, feeling undeserving of significant wealth compared to those who worked harder in conventional jobs. Consciously, she desired success, but subconsciously, she was pushing it away, staying true to her limiting beliefs. Recognizing this misalignment was the first step. Anya began consciously challenging these old programs. She sought out examples of successful, fulfilled artists who maintained their integrity. She started affirming her worthiness daily, focusing on the value and joy her art brought to others. She reframed her perspective. Financial abundance could actually support her creativity, giving her more freedom and resources. It was a slow process of reprogramming her aligned belief. She practiced feeling worthy, feeling deserving, feeling that art and abundance could coexist beautifully. As her inner beliefs shifted and came into alignment with her conscious desires, tangible changes occurred. A gallery owner who had previously dismissed her work suddenly saw it with fresh eyes, offering her a major solo exhibition. Critics lauded her unique blend of artistry and soulfulness. Anya became recognized not just as a skilled potter, but as a master artisan, finally achieving the success that had previously felt blocked, not by external factors, but by her own misaligned beliefs. Let's begin the process of aligning your beliefs. Find a quiet space with a mirror. Stand or sit comfortably and look into your own eyes. Take a deep breath. Now, slowly and clearly, say aloud, "I am worthy of abundance. I deserve financial ease and freedom." As you say this, pay close attention to any feelings, thoughts, or physical sensations that arise. Is there a tightness in your chest? A voice of doubt in your head? A feeling of discomfort? Don't judge these reactions, simply notice them. These are clues to potential misaligned beliefs. Acknowledge them gently. I notice a feeling of doubt, or I hear a thought that says ... Then, look into your eyes again. Take another breath, and repeat the affirmation, this time infusing it with as much sincerity and conviction as you can muster, even if it feels small at first. I am worthy of abundance. I deserve financial ease and freedom. Do this for 5 minutes. This practice of mirror work, combined with conscious awareness of resistant thoughts and feelings throughout your day, begins the powerful process of identifying and transforming limiting beliefs, paving the way for deeply aligned belief and effortless manifestation through golden resonance. Chapter 13. The Daily Flow. Golden resonance is not a force you turn on only when you need a major manifestation. It is the very current of life itself, flowing through every moment, every interaction, every breath. Mastery involves recognizing and aligning with this daily flow. Abundance often shows up not in giant lottery wins, but in a stream of small synchronicities, helpful encounters, intuitive insights, and moments of grace that make life smoother, richer, and more supportive. When you attune yourself to notice these subtle expressions of the universe's support in your everyday life, you amplify that flow. Gratitude for the small things, a timely phone call, finding the perfect parking spot, a helpful conversation, an unexpected discount, a moment of beauty, keeps you tuned to the frequency of receiving. Seeing the magic in the mundane trains your mind to expect and recognize opportunities. Living in the daily flow means staying present, open, and appreciative, understanding that the universe is constantly communicating and conspiring in your favor, moment by moment. This constant awareness keeps your channel to golden resonance clear and active, allowing prosperity to weave itself seamlessly into the fabric of your ordinary days. Liam, the playwright we've followed, had achieved significant success, but understood that maintaining his connection to golden resonance wasn't just about big premieres. It was about the daily flow. He cultivated a practice of noticing the small ways the universe supported his creative process and life. One morning, struggling with a particularly tricky scene, he decided to take a walk instead of forcing it. As he walked, he consciously opened himself to receiving guidance, staying present to his surroundings. He overheard a snippet of conversation between two strangers passing by, discussing a dilemma remarkably similar to his character's predicament. The phrasing they used sparked an idea, unlocking the entire scene in his mind. Another day, feeling overwhelmed by administrative tasks related to his play, he received an unexpected email from a former intern, now proficient in arts management, offering her services at a rate he could easily afford, just when he needed help the most. Liam didn't dismiss these as mere coincidences. He recognized them as manifestations of the daily flow of golden resonance, evidence of the universe responding to his needs in subtle, timely ways. He made a point of acknowledging these moments with gratitude, writing them down in a journal. This practice of noticing and appreciating the small synchronicities kept him attuned, allowing inspiration, support, and opportunities to continue flowing into his life, not just during dramatic moments, but as a consistent, supportive current in his everyday experience. Let's practice tuning into the daily flow right now and make it an ongoing habit. For the rest of today, and perhaps committing to this for the next week, keep a small notebook or use a note app on your phone. Your task is simple. At 3 different points during the day, perhaps morning, afternoon, and evening, pause for a moment and deliberately look for evidence of flow, support, or synchronicity, no matter how small. Did you find what you were looking for easily? Did someone say just the right thing? Did a solution to a minor problem appear unexpectedly? Did you experience a moment of unexpected joy or ease? Write down at least 1, preferably 3, positive things or moments of flow you've noticed since your last check-in. Examples: found a close parking spot, received a genuine compliment, felt a moment of peace during a busy day, an idea came easily. At the end of the day, review your list with gratitude. This simple practice trains your awareness to recognize the constant, supportive daily flow of golden resonance in your life, strengthening your connection and attracting even more harmonious experiences. Chapter 14. Releasing Fear. If golden resonance is the flowing river of abundance, then fear is the dam that blocks it. Fear of lack, fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown, fear of success itself is the lowest vibrational frequency, and the most significant obstacle to effortless manifestation. It constricts your energy, clouds your intuition, paralyzes action, and signals to the universe that you are closed off to receiving. While fear is a natural human emotion, holding onto it, feeding it, and allowing it to dictate your choices creates a powerful energetic barrier. Releasing fear is therefore paramount to mastering golden resonance. This doesn't mean becoming fearless overnight, but rather learning to acknowledge fear without letting it control you. It involves recognizing fear when it arises, understanding its roots, often in past conditioning or limiting beliefs, and consciously choosing to act from a place of trust, love, or courage instead. Techniques like acknowledging the fear, breathing through it, questioning its validity, and focusing on desired outcomes rather than potential pitfalls help dissolve its power. Each time you choose trust over fear, you weaken the dam and allow more of the abundant flow of golden resonance to reach you. Rowan, a talented gardener, had cultivated a unique and beautiful herb garden that attracted much admiration. An opportunity arose to sell the entire garden to a boutique hotel chain looking for a signature feature, potentially for a life-changing sum of money. However, Rowan was gripped by fear. Fear of negotiating, fear of being taken advantage of, fear that he wouldn't know how to handle such a large amount of money, fear of letting go of the garden he loved, even fear of what others might think. This fear paralyzed him. He delayed responding, avoided calls, and felt physically ill with anxiety. The vibrant energy around his garden seemed to dim under the weight of his fear. He recognized this pattern, fear blocking opportunity. Determined to break it, he decided to confront his fears directly. He sat quietly and allowed himself to feel the fear fully, without pushing it away. Then, he took out a piece of paper and wrote down every single fear related to the sale. Seeing them written down made them feel slightly less overwhelming. He acknowledged each one. Then, inspired by a practice he'd heard of, he took the paper outside to a safe place and carefully burned it, watching the smoke rise and dissipate, visualizing his fears dissolving along with the ashes. As he did this, he consciously affirmed his trust in the process, his belief in his own ability to handle the outcome, and his openness to abundance. He felt a palpable sense of release, a lightness he hadn't felt in weeks. The next day, feeling calmer and more centered, he contacted the hotel representative, speaking not from fear, but from a place of quiet confidence and clarity about his garden's value. The negotiations proceeded smoothly, and he secured a price even higher than he had initially hoped for. Releasing fear hadn't magically changed the external situation, but it had cleared his inner channel, allowing him to navigate the opportunity effectively and receive the abundance that was waiting for him. Let's practice releasing fear now. Take a moment to identify one specific fear that you feel might be blocking your flow of abundance or well-being. It could be a big fear or a smaller, nagging worry. Acknowledge it without judgment. Now, find a piece of paper and a pen. Write down this fear clearly. Be specific. Once it's written, look at it. See it as separate from you, just words on paper, representing an energy pattern. Take a few deep breaths, acknowledging the feeling this fear brings up in your body. Now, find a safe way to destroy this piece of paper. You could tear it into tiny pieces, visualize it dissolving into light, or if safe and appropriate, burn it taking all necessary precautions. As you destroy the paper, do so with the conscious intention of releasing the energy of this fear. Silently or aloud, affirm, I release this fear. I choose trust. I open myself to the flow of golden resonance. Feel the release, even if it's subtle. This symbolic act is a powerful way to communicate your intention, to let go of fear to both your subconscious mind and the universe. Repeat this practice whenever specific fears feel particularly strong, consciously choosing to clear the path for abundance. Chapter 15. Embodying Golden Resonance. Our journey culminates here, in the state of embodying golden resonance. This is the ultimate stage, moving beyond seeking and practicing into simply being. It is the natural state where alignment with abundance is no longer an effort, but your default way of operating in the world. You are no longer trying to attract wealth. You recognize yourself as an inherent part of the abundant universe, and wealth flows through you and to you as a natural consequence of your being. Embodiment means living from a core of inner peace, trust, and connection. Your vibrational frequency is consistently high, not through force, but through genuine joy, gratitude, and alignment with your soul's purpose. You trust divine timing implicitly. Your beliefs are aligned with worthiness and infinite possibility. You navigate challenges with non-resistance, seeing them as opportunities for growth. You recognize the daily flow of grace. Fear still arises occasionally, but it no longer holds power over you. You live as if, because deep down, you know your connection to the source is unwavering. At this stage, the golden key is permanently in your hand, the inner fire burns steadily, and the vast sky is reflected within you. You have become a living conduit, a pure expression of golden resonance, and abundance in all its forms is simply your natural reality. Let us return one last time to the potter, whom we shall now call Master Alara, signifying her evolution. Years had passed since she first rediscovered her inner fire and aligned her beliefs. She was now renowned, her pottery sought after internationally. Yet, her demeanor hadn't changed into one of frantic importance or attachment to fame. Instead, she radiated a profound sense of peace and detachment. She continued her craft with love and presence, but without clinging to outcomes. Large orders came, sometimes unexpectedly from distant lands, yet she received them with calm gratitude, not giddy excitement or anxious pressure. She trusted that the right opportunities would find her at the right time, and they always did. She managed her thriving business with ease, guided by intuition and principles of flow rather than stressful strategies. When minor setbacks occurred, a difficult client, a delayed shipment, she met them with acceptance and creative problem solving, knowing they were temporary ripples in the larger flow. She generously mentored young artists, sharing her wisdom not just about technique, but about aligning with the creative source. Her life wasn't about chasing the next big success. It was about living in harmonious connection with her art, with nature, and with the quiet rhythm of the universe. Wealth, recognition, and fulfillment were simply the natural byproducts of her embodied golden resonance. She didn't need to perform rituals anymore, because her entire life had become a ritual of alignment. She was the abundance she once sought. Our final practice is one of integration and trust. Take the personal symbol of abundance you chose or created in Chapter 10. Find a place in your home or workspace where you will see it often, a place that feels significant to you. Hold the symbol one last time, infusing it not with desire, but with deep knowing and gratitude. See it as a reflection of the golden resonance already fully present within you and flowing through your life. Place the symbol in its chosen spot. Now, release the need to make anything happen. Trust that your journey through these principles has already shifted your energy. Trust that by simply living with awareness, tending your inner fire, maintaining aligned belief, and staying open to the flow, you are now embodying golden resonance. Let the symbol be a gentle reminder, not of what you lack, but of the abundant connection you already possess. Your final practice is simply to live from this place of trust, presence, and quiet knowing. Observe the magic unfold in your life, not as something you forced, but as the natural expression of your own embodied resonance. Conclusion: we have journeyed together, from the first awakening whispers of golden resonance to the quiet mastery of embodying its flow. We unveiled the power hidden in sacred silence, the unlocking potential of the golden key of belief, and the radiant energy of the inner fire. We gazed upon the vast sky of infinite possibility and learned to align with divine timing and elevate our vibrational frequency. We explored the grace of non-resistance, the focus of sacred rituals and symbols, the power of living as if, the necessity of aligned belief, the beauty of the daily flow, and the freedom found in releasing fear. This path is not about adding complex layers to your life, but about returning to a simpler, more harmonious way of being. It is the understanding that true wealth, in all its magnificent forms, is not earned through relentless struggle, but received through effortless alignment. The secret ritual, known only to a few, is not a complicated outward act, but the continuous inward cultivation of resonance with the abundant heart of the universe. Carry these principles with you. Practice the simple exercises not as chores, but as joyful acts of tuning your instrument to the cosmic symphony. Trust the process. Trust yourself. Know that the golden resonance is not something external you need to acquire. It is your inherent nature waiting to be fully expressed. Live from this place of knowing. Radiate the quiet confidence of one who is aligned with the source of all abundance. Watch as the world responds not to your striving, but to your resonance. The wealth you seek is already flowing. Your ritual is simply to open, align, and receive. Go forth and resonate.